intricate dance of human interaction, how can you truly know when someone has deep feelings for you? It's like trying to catch the wind, feeling its presence yet unable to fully grasp it. Have you ever searched for signs in a sea of smiles, words, and gestures to try and figure out if someone had deep feelings for you? Today, we want to help unravel the subtle cues that indicate someone might just feel more for you than they're letting on. Remember, these are not absolutes, but guideposts on understanding their emotions. Consistent and meaningful communication. Imagine you're at a small cafe, the air filled with fresh coffee. Your phone vibrates, and there it is, another text from that special someone asking about your day or sharing a funny story. Communication is constant, not because they have to, but because they want to know more about you. According to Dr. John Gottman, a renowned relationship psychologist, successful couples are engaged in each other's lives, demonstrating interest and fondness. Regular, meaningful communication is a sign of deep emotional connection, a clear indicator that someone has deep feelings for you. Can you think of someone who consistently communicates with you in a meaningful way? Acts of kindness and thoughtfulness. Now, picture this. You've mentioned your favorite book in passing, and days later, you find a copy of it on your desk, a small note attached. Thought you might enjoy this. This act of kindness and thoughtfulness, paying attention to small details, is a sign of deep affection. Dr. Gary Chapman, author of The 5 Love Languages, suggests that acts of service are a significant way of expressing love. These thoughtful gestures, no matter how small, show that you matter to them, that they care enough to remember and act. Does someone in your life exhibit this kind of thoughtfulness? If you find this video relatable and helpful, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Now, moving on to the next point. Emotional vulnerability and trust. There's a moment when laughter subsides, replaced by quiet seriousness. They share something personal, something vulnerable, their fears, dreams, their story. Being emotionally vulnerable is a significant sign of trust, indicating that they feel safe enough to open up. Dr. Brené Brown, renowned speaker and researcher, states that vulnerability is the cornerstone of all emotions. If they're willing to reveal their true selves, it's a clear indication they have deep feelings for you. Protectiveness. Imagine you're at a crowded party with your companion. You're engaged in a lively conversation when suddenly a stranger begins to make inappropriate comments towards you. Without hesitation, your companion steps in, firmly confronting the individual and ensuring your comfort and safety. Their protective instinct kicks in naturally, driven by their genuine care and affection for you. In that moment, you realize how fortunate you are to have them by your side, ready to stand up for you when it matters most. Dr. David Buss, an evolutionary psychologist, suggests that protectiveness is a fundamental aspect of intimate relationships, often emerging from deep care and affection. It might come in the form of shielding you from harm or standing up for you in tough situations. Can you recall someone who shows a protective side when you're around? They invest time and energy into your relationship. Think back to when you were planning a project or facing a challenge. This person was there providing support, lending their time and energy. Dr. Robert Sternberg's triangular theory of love suggests that real love involves a great deal of investment. This involves the time, effort, and resources that one puts into nurturing the relationship. If they're investing in your relationship and showing up for you consistently, it's a clear sign that they have deep feelings for you. Who comes to mind when you think of someone investing time and energy into your relationship? Remember, while these signs can be helpful, direct communication is always the best approach when it comes to matters of the heart. Do you experience any of these signs with someone? Or maybe you recognize these behaviors in yourself towards someone else. Feel free to comment below or share this video with someone who might also relate to it.
Thank you all so much for the love that you've given us. Your ongoing support has helped us make psychology and mental health more accessible to everyone. So thank you. Now, let's continue. Isn't having a new boyfriend or girlfriend so exciting? There are butterflies and flirty texts, brushes on the arm that make you light up, and long conversations over the phone. The beginning of a new relationship can feel so heady and come with a head rush of emotions and thoughts. But how can you be sure that your new bae is ready for a romantic relationship? How do you find out if you're both on the same page? To help you gain more clarity in your situation, here are 5 signs that someone isn't ready. Number 1, they're going out with a lot of different people. Have you ever been in a situation where you're getting to know someone and are starting to develop feelings, only to find out that they're going on multiple dates with other people? It can be jarring and disheartening to find out the person you like is seeing other people. According to globalnews.com, this is a common scenario due to the popularity of dating apps. Apps like Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, and countless more have vastly widened the pool for potential partners. Online dating expert Julie Spira, while advocating for casting a wider net, also explained the darker side to casting such a wide net. She says that if someone continues to play the field and doesn't take a digital leap of faith with one person, they may end up on a merry-go-round and end up in a series of one-and-done dates, or dates that don't go past a few weeks. If this is happening to you and you're not currently seeing anyone else, Elite Daily notes that having a straightforward conversation about where the two of you are could be helpful in establishing what the dynamic will be moving forward in a committed relationship. Number 2, they bring up their ex often. Have you ever wondered why your new partner keeps bringing up their ex? Have you been stuck thinking that it could mean something deeper? Maybe they mention their ex out of nowhere, or reach out to their ex on their birthday, or still keep in touch with their ex's family. If you're entering into a relationship with someone who is emotionally unavailable because they have unresolved feelings for someone else, this could lead to a big hurdle in trying to properly connect with them. If they strictly engage in polite conversation with you and don't talk to you about anything deeper or more meaningful, and it feels like they push you away when you get too close to an emotional boundary, then this is a sure sign that they aren't ready for a real relationship with you. Number 3, they don't know what they want. Have you ever expressed exactly what you need from someone, only to be met with an, "I don't know," from the other person? It's hard for someone to be all in and ready for a relationship with you if he, she, or they is unsure of what they want. It puts you in an unstable kind of situation with little support. Wishy-washiness and a shaky sense of commitment is never a good sign when it comes to establishing a relationship. Number 4, they're flaky. Does your partner text you last minute and bail on plans or dates all the time? Or if they do happen to show up, are they chronically late to every gathering? This is a major problem when your partner has an inability to follow through on plans or arrive on time. This type of behavior shows a lack of commitment and a skewed sense of priorities. If they can't or refuse to make time for you, then you simply aren't important enough for them, as they'll always have better places to be and friends to hang out with. And number 5, there's a lack of progression in the relationship. Does it feel like your relationship is at a standstill? Has there been too much distance between dates? Has it felt like there have been any steps taken forward in the relationship at all? When you're suffering a lack of progression in your relationship, there might never be a mention of a future together, or there's no immediate plans being made, or you're struggling to feel emotionally fulfilled. According to lifestyle.com, the progression of a relationship typically occurs in 5 stages: attraction and romance, reality sets in, disappointment, the stage in which conflicts get resolved and there is growth in a healthy partnership, and finally, stability and commitment. If it feels like this dynamic is in limbo and isn't headed towards the next stage, it could very well mean your partner simply isn't ready to take the plunge and be in a relationship. Did you relate to any of the signs mentioned? If you're unsure of your relationship status and feel like you're holding on to a shaky sense of commitment from your partner, then it's time to give things a hard look and choose to fix the issues or move on. You'll figure out what's best for you. What other signs can you think of that someone isn't ready for a relationship? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button.